We put you up here in the mirror. Oh no. Oh no! Oh! Don't crush my dog!
I'm not an athlete! Still look at the camera. This is where you talk.
This season. And go. Hi everyone. We really just want to say thank you from the bottom of both of our hearts.
Mine's bad.
Thank you from the bottom of our one good working heart collectively. All the love that you guys are giving to us on GoFundMe. When Rob's siblings decided to put this together, his family and everyone decided to put this together, we could not have imagined how much love and overwhelming selflessness and just, you guys are amazing and we want to say thank you. It's been very overwhelming with all the phone call in the greatest way ever, with phone calls and text messages and donations, and just you guys checking in has meant the world to both of us. And thank you. You guys have just proven that we have a lot of people in our corner, and Rob especially. A lot of you guys are just showing him how loved he is, and that it's gonna be it's gonna be rough, but we're gonna get through it, and he's gonna have a new heart, we're gonna have a new outlook on life, and it's gonna be a good time. But thank you seriously to everyone who has donated. Thank you to everyone who has shared the link. Thank you to everyone who has commented, called, texted. Again, we can't thank you enough.
I made Sam do this part because I get emotional really easily with stuff like this, and it was kind of embarrassing for me.
I know. Teamwork, we got through it.
After this part of the video, if you would like to stick around for information, my condition, as well as where we're at in the process, I plan on putting together a pretty extensive video after this to kind of let everybody know what's going on. And again, thank you so much for everybody. Every little bit counts and helps us so much. The offers to watch the dogs, but we'll never let you do that because we're taking them with us. Cleaning our house when we're out of town, like a lot of little things and a lot of offers from a lot of people.
Yes.
I know I haven't taken a lot of you guys up on your offers. It's just
know you guys are all appreciated.
Yeah.
And whatever context or extent or anything you guys are doing, everything means the world to us, and we're grateful for everyone that has helped in any way they have.
Thank you.
Wait, Stella's trying to help.
Give the people what they want.
Some of you probably know most or all of this story, but I thought that we would update for those of you who have been so kind as to help us out with our GoFundMe. I was born with a heart disease called hypertrophic cardiomyopathy. At 11 years old, I had what is called a sudden death attack and was revived by an ambulance and brought to the hospital and had a defibrillator implanted. A defibrillator is like the paddles that you see in movies, except for it's internal. So it tracks abnormal heart rhythms and brings me back to life if my heart should go into what's called VTAC. I've been living with that since I was 11. Really did not have too much of an impact on my life. Kept me from doing certain sports. I had to be careful when doing cardiovascular exercise, but mostly kind of went through life as normal as possible. In the last year and a half, 2 years, maybe even longer than that, I've been experiencing some of the later symptoms of hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, the condition that is kind of converted into what's called congestive heart failure. Heart failure can come in kind of two different flavors. From a real basic level, there's systolic heart failure and diastolic heart failure. Systolic, it refers to when the heart is actively pumping, and diastolic refers to when the heart is relaxing. When I was young, the relaxation phase, or the diastolic phase, was what I dealt with mostly. And what that meant is that the left ventricle in my heart, which in diagrams is shown on the right side,
and four chambers, the top receiving chambers, or atrium, and the lower chambers, which are thick-walled pumping chambers, called the ventricle.
During the systolic phase, when the heart was pumping, there was less blood in there to get through to the rest of my body, which would cause my heart rate to increase in order to keep up with the demand of my muscles and the rest of my body. When my heart was unable to keep up, sometimes I would have an electrical issue with my heart, which would cause what's called VTAC, which is when my heart would just beat in excess of 220 beats per minute, but not allow any blood back into the heart during beats. And that is the heart rhythm that is generally saved by the paddles. So a lot of you have been around when I've gotten shocked. Swing dancing, running, those are the two main culprits. Because of the congenital disease causing issues with the heart muscle itself, I started to have now what's called right-sided systolic heart failure. The right side of your heart generally sends deoxygenated blood to your lungs. Systolic, if you remember, is the pumping action of the heart. So my heart, my right side of my heart is having a hard time getting oxygen or poor blood to my lungs, which means I'm getting lower oxygen to the left side of my heart, which then is trying to supply the body with low oxygenated blood now, or less oxygenated blood. And again, that heart already doesn't fill as well, so it's pumping less efficiently and less oxygen-rich blood. Unfortunately, when this happens, the heart itself starts to get too little oxygen and responds by asking the body to increase the heart rate to increase the oxygen in the body, which actually creates a negative cascade and actually makes the situation worse. The main issues with congestive heart failure are fatigue, lots of fatigue, and shortness of breath with very little to sometimes no activity. That is what I've been experiencing during this period of time, what led me down the path to go look for a advanced treatment, which in this case is a heart transplant. I'm on a lot of medications to try to slow this feedback loop from creating the problems that it's created. They help me teeter between what's considered compensated congestive heart failure and decompensated congestive heart failure. I just basically call these my good days and bad days. On good days, the combination of an increased heart rate and medications relaxing my heart better are making it so that I can do somewhat normal activities, take the dogs for a walk, cook meals, clean up around the house, do laundry, stuff like that. On days where I'm decompensated, my heart is unable to keep up with my needs, and I get extremely exhausted, sleep in excess of 16 hours a day, and yeah, mostly just sleep a lot. Some of the things that my doctors have me doing beyond the medications are being on a low sodium diet, below 2,000 milligrams a day, restricting my fluid intake to 64 milliliters a day. That includes like soups and stuff like that. No longer allowed to drink, and I need to exercise on my good days, and I need to go ahead and sleep when I need to sleep. Since this is a progressive disease, there's no real turning back the clock at this point in time. So that's why I've been placed on the heart transplant list. I'm currently listed at a status 4, which is the most severe status you can be without actually being in a hospital, IV medications and stuff like that. Every 3 months or so, we travel, Sam and I, to Rochester, Minnesota, to go to the Mayo Clinic up here to do about a week of testing to check kind of how I'm doing with my current therapies. We are able to bring the dogs, and they hang out with us in the hotel, and we try to live as normal of life as we can up here. We just finished the testing for this week, and I'm not any worse than I was 3 months ago. So my team suggested, and Sam and I agreed, that it would make the most sense for us to be a little more picky with the donors that we would accept. Donors who don't have high blood pressure, who are possibly younger, no diabetes, no hepatitis, things that we can accept if I get more severely ill, or if we were to get tired of waiting, I guess. We have absolutely no idea when we could get a call. It could literally happen right now while I'm on this video. Or it could happen years from now. One of the nice things is we've unexpectedly been able to live at home during the non-testing weeks. My insurance during this stage is willing to pay for a charter flight if we do get a phone call. That charter flight would take us from the Chicagoland area to Mayo within the allotted time to get into our surgery. If I get higher up the list, then it makes me more likely to get a phone call. There is the possibility that they will have us move to Rochester, Minnesota to wait out time at that point. Or obviously, if I decompensate more and need further therapies, I would be in the hospital at that point in time, which would have us be up here as well. If you've been part of my extended family, or those that I see and talk to, on a regular basis, you know that probably the most frustrating thing about this is the fact that there's not a lot of information as time goes on. I've been trying to be good about getting people information when there is new information, but most of the time we're just kind of in a doing the waiting game, I guess is the best way to put it. Sam and I will try to continue to update you guys either through videos like this, or have Kevin, my brother who started the GoFundMe, write up some information that we give to him. I hope that gets you up to date with information. If you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments on the GoFundMe, and I will do the best that I can to answer them. Yeah, that's all I got for right now.